Hey everyone, welcome back to Nerd Society. Today we're diving into the world of Marvel's first family to talk about their greatest enemies. The Fantastic Four have faced some of the most powerful and menacing villains in the Marvel Universe, from cosmic conquerors to scientific masterminds. The Wizard, despite his name, the Wizard doesn't actually possess any notable magical abilities. Instead, Bentley Whitman is a brilliant technological genius who originally used his inventions for stage magic before turning to a life of crime. With an inflated ego and a deep obsession with proving his superiority, he considers himself a true rival to the Fantastic for going so far as to create his own villainous counterpart to the team. The Wizard is perhaps best known as the leader of the Frightful Four, a rotating group of supervillains assembled with the sole purpose of challenging the Fantastic Four. While his team has never succeeded in completely defeating Marvel's first family, they have proven to be a formidable threat on multiple occasions. Whitman's intelligence and cunning make him a persistent and dangerous adversary, always seeking new ways to outmatch his heroic counterparts. The Red Ghost. Ivan Kragoff was a Russian scientist and a devoted communist who became obsessed with the effects of cosmic rays on the human body, inspired by the research conducted on the Fantastic Four. Determined to surpass them, he built a ceramic spaceship designed to expose him to an even more intense wave of cosmic rays. Alongside 3 specially trained apes, he launched a mission to the moon, where they passed through the radiation belt and were transformed, gaining incredible abilities. Ivan himself developed the power of intangibility, allowing him to phase through solid objects at will. Embracing his new identity as the Red Ghost, he set out to prove Soviet superiority over the United States by pitting his super apes against the Fantastic Four. Though his attempts at defeating them have been met with failure, he remains a recurring and unpredictable adversary, using his intellect, scientific knowledge. The Mole Man. Mole Man was the very first supervillain the Fantastic Four ever faced, and he has remained one of their most iconic foes. Though he lacks traditional superpowers, aside from heightened senses and skill with his staff, his true strength lies in his ability to command massive, kaiju-like monsters. These creatures make him a formidable threat, capable of challenging even the most powerful heroes. As the ruler of a vast underground kingdom known as Subterranea, Mole Man commands an army of mole-like creatures, some of which are as tall as skyscrapers. This unique advantage allows him to wage war against the surface world, leading to some truly unforgettable battles with the Fantastic Four. Despite his frequent defeats, his mastery over the underground realm and its monstrous inhabitants ensures he remains a persistent danger to humanity. Namor is one of the Fantastic Four's most persistent adversaries, with their clashes fueled by both physical battles and deep personal conflicts. From their very first encounter, he has viewed Reed Richards as both a rival and an obstacle, while seeing Susan Storm as an irresistible temptation. This dynamic has led to decades of tension, making Namor a unique and unpredictable foe. His volatile temper and unwavering sense of superiority often put him at odds with the Fantastic Four, whether due to territorial disputes involving Atlantis or his personal rivalry with Mr. Fantastic. While sometimes an ally, Namor's complex motivations and his willingness to wage war against the surface world ensure that he remains one of the team's most dangerous and enigmatic enemies. Annihilus is a cosmic-level threat with ambitions that stretch far beyond his domain. As the ruthless ruler of the Negative Zone, he is a relentless conqueror who constantly seeks to expand his empire into the known universe. This insatiable hunger for power puts him in direct conflict with Reed Richards and the Fantastic Four, who often stand as the last line of defense against his destructive ambitions. More than just a master strategist, Annihilus is a fearsome warrior armed with his iconic cosmic control rod, a device that grants him immense abilities, including energy manipulation, enhanced durability, and teleportation. His battles with the Fantastic Four are often grand in scale, taking the fight far beyond Earth and into the depths of the cosmos. Each encounter with Annihilus is a struggle not just for survival, but for the fate of the entire universe. Reed Richards. The Maker is one of the most sinister and dangerous versions of Reed Richards, making him one of the Fantastic Four's most fascinating enemies. Originating from the Ultimate Universe, he began as the brilliant leader of his world's version of the Fantastic Four. However, his warped perspective on reality led him down a path of domination and absolute control. Convinced that only his unmatched intelligence could save humanity, he abandoned morality entirely, becoming a cold and calculating villain. His intellect rivals that of the original Reed Richards, but without the ethical restraints that keep his counterpart from crossing certain lines. With access to incredibly advanced technology and unparalleled strategic genius, the Maker presents a unique threat not just to the Fantastic Four, but to the entire Marvel multiverse. The Super-Skrull was created by the shape-shifting Skrull Empire as the ultimate weapon against the Fantastic Four, engineered to surpass them. He possesses the combined abilities of all four members, allowing him to stretch his body like Mr. Fantastic, turn invisible and generate force fields like the Invisible Woman, transform his limbs into solid rock like the Thing, and engulf himself in flames like the Human Torch. This makes him a uniquely dangerous opponent, capable of countering the team's strengths with his own enhanced versions. KLRT's origin is deeply tied to the ongoing war between the Skrulls and Earth, as he was designed to be the perfect super soldier. However, his mission quickly turned into a personal obsession with defeating the Fantastic Four. Despite suffering numerous defeats, his relentless determination and evolving abilities ensure he remains one of the team's most persistent and formidable adversaries. Kang the Conqueror. Though also closely tied to the Avengers, Kang the Conqueror stands as one of the Fantastic Four's most formidable adversaries. His origins trace back to the 30th century, where he was once known as Nathaniel Richards. After discovering time travel, Kang became obsessed with conquering different historical periods, utilizing his knowledge of the future to manipulate events across time. Armed with advanced technology and the ability to manipulate the very fabric of time, Kang presents a threat that transcends eras. He can face heroes from multiple points in history, creating chaotic situations that bend the laws of time and reality itself. Despite his immense intelligence and power, Kang's greatest asset lies in his ability to predict the future and manipulate events to ensure his victory. Victor Von Doom, better known as Dr. Doom, is undoubtedly the greatest and most iconic enemy of the Fantastic Four, and a threat to the entire Marvel Universe. As the monarch of Latveria, a fictional European country, he rules with an iron fist, combining his unparalleled scientific genius with his deep knowledge of magic. This fusion of intellect and mysticism makes him one of the most powerful figures in all of Marvel. His rivalry with the Fantastic Four began early in his life, when he was a brilliant student alongside Reed Richards. However, Doom's ego and boundless ambition led him to a disastrous experiment that left him with facial scars and a deep hatred for Richards and anyone he considers beneath him. This personal vendetta has driven him to become one of the most relentless and dangerous villains the world has ever known, making Dr. Doom not just a formidable foe. Galactus, known as the Devourer of Worlds, Galactus is not just a being with incomprehensible powers, but a cosmic force of nature responsible for consuming entire planets to satisfy his insatiable hunger for life-sustaining energy. His presence is feared throughout the universe, and his relentless quest to consume worlds often brings him into direct conflict with the Fantastic Four, who have repeatedly found themselves trying to stop him from destroying Earth. Galactus is often accompanied by a herald, typically an individual endowed with great powers whose task is to locate the planets that Galactus will eventually devour. While Galactus represents an immense threat, he is not motivated by malice, but by an unavoidable need to feed in order to continue existing. This creates a moral dilemma for the heroes, as they must grapple with the reality that, while he is a devastating threat, his hunger is something beyond his control. And that's a wrap on the 10 greatest villains of the Fantastic Four. These enemies have challenged the team in ways few others could. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, drop a comment with your favorite villain, and don't forget to subscribe for more superhero content. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.